Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
I'm the Berzerker.
You don't even need your watch. It's Thursday nights. It's Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday beginning
Thoroughly Throwback Thursday.
now. Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker John Nord returns to WWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to thebostonwrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker January 22nd. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome to yet another Wrestling Insiders
Welcome.
Throwback Thursday. Dan Marati along with you, a new Thursday night host with the most, the Berzerker John Nord. John, we hope you had a happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Oh, I did. You know, I laid low New Year's Eve because it ain't what it used to be. You know, who gets hammered on New Year's Eve unless you're a young man and then you do it. But those young man deals are over. But yes, I did thank you. New Year's Day was awesome. A bunch of food. How about yours?
Did you invite your neighbor in the wheelchair over?
I did. How did you know about that?
And how was she? Was she all right? Or?
She was nuts.
She was, well, she always is. But
She's nuts, effing this, effing that. She's nuts. But yeah, I did. I tried to be above myself, my faults, and invite her over, which I did. And not pat myself on the back. It kind of sucked, but I did it.
all right, well, it just shows you are a good man with a good heart.
Well,
And the taller of the
I
two.
hope the good Lord thinks I am. I hope so.
All right. Well, new year, new series. If you a new two Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursdays. I know it may come as a culture shock. We were only a couple of episodes in. Marty Jannetty was our Thursday night host. Season 1 has come to an end. You know, almost like when those shows climax in the spring and they take the summer off. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing Marty again before it's all said and done, as he has many more stories to share with us. But so excited about the feedback we've been getting from John. If you're watching during the premiere on Thursday nights at 10, please type your thoughts in the premiere chat or after the fact in the description box below. As we continue to note those super chats, they go a long way. We got to keep the lights on. We got to keep the studio folk happy.
Yes,
we
sir.
got to bring John in. Those airplanes and hotels, they ain't free. So a lot of work goes into making these productions happy. But we're really happy that in just a few weeks, we're planning on having you back live.
Thank you.
Well-
you. I plan on coming, and just don't let me down, kid.
Hey, isn't that a song?
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Something like
You have to
that.
talk to the
Somebody said something.
Quincy Rastani, our music aficionado.
Yeah. It could have been Max Steiner or somebody.
But I'll throw another funny one. Now that we're back into the world of the World Wrestling Federation, that was 1991, a man that we talked about quite a bit already in these first few episodes debuted at the TV tapings just a couple of weeks after you, the man right here in the center of this table. Percy Pringle III, who you probably knew as a blonde-haired guy down in Texas. He had quite the makeover when he came to the WWF, as taking Brother Love's place as the manager of The Undertaker. Your first thought when you saw him dressed up looking like that?
I am so glad because I couldn't remember when he started. I thought he was always with The Undertaker. He wasn't.
Well, in WWF he was. But I mean, when he was in World Class in Florida, when he had the blonde hair, he was with Rick Rude and Matt Ford and Buzz Sawyer. But in WWF, he started with Undertaker, and they were together for 6 years before he turned on him.
Wow.
So they had a great run,
Yeah, they had a great run. I don't know. Where are we going?
Did you know him in Texas?
Yeah, I did. I worked with Texas. I'll tell you why. Frank Goodish had the book in Texas, okay? And we worked with a guy named Tank somebody, huge guy. But anyways, Brody party go. Frank was going as Red River Jack, okay? I remember doing an interview in Texas back then going, Kevy and Mikey Von Erich's new names are Itsy and Bitsy. Okay, and then all of a sudden Frank comes up to me and goes, those are the boss's sons. Don't call them Itsy and Bitsy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
It always goes, that's what you got to watch out in pro wrestling. So anyways, it went by pretty quick. We hit a bunch of small towns, blue Texas and this and that. Very uneventful, very not well paying. Then I got a chance for the World Championship in Texas Stadium with Kevin. And Kevin we had a good match, and Kevin, I think, won on DQ, or did he pin? I don't know, but anyways, there was about 10,000 people there. I think it wasn't no 50,000, 60. I'll tell you what happened is I go into the dressing room, and Fritz came in, and Fritz goes, I just wanted you to know. Shakes my hand like this, his hands all. I just wanted you to know that's one of the finest matches I've ever seen. Thank you. So I was supposed to get an apartment with Lynn Denton, the grappler, who is one of the greatest guys in this whole business, one of the best guys you'll ever meet, one of the most honest, one of the funnest, one of the best guys to have on here. He's got that Texas accent. He can get a little ahead of you a little. But, so that night, I'm thinking, okay, should I come back here? I got a family back there, and I'm making more money selling cars than my dad's lot. So I never came back. And Brody, at the same time, quit the book. And we didn't know that he quit the book, and I quit too. We didn't even know we did the same thing. So I'm at home, and I was all set up to win the belt from Kevin.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't come back. And 10,000 people, you know what Fritz sent me in the mail for the payoff?
I've heard they were pretty bad.
$600.
Wow.
Yeah, and me and Frank didn't talk for 6 months maybe. And I go, God, I thought you were mad at me. He goes, brother. You know, Frank, brother, I thought you were mad at me. Because he knew what a shitty payoff I got. He was the booker. We went through all that shit for $600. That's the horse shit part about pro wrestling. They don't tell you what you're gonna make. You gotta just take what they're gonna make. Now, if you walk up to them before and say, listen, this has gotta be a good one, a good payoff, otherwise I gotta go. And they just might say go. See, I mean, it's a quandrum, you know. You just don't know what you're gonna get. And anyways, so me and Frank ended up doing some outlaw shows, one for Windy City Promotions, one in Little Falls, Minnesota. That could have been the worst match in all of history of mankind.
Why is that?
Because of Frank. Frank, we only made $500 each. We traveled from my dad's car lot 3 hours north up in Minnesota in a small town. The house was average high school, you know. And Frank just got kind of his attitude, just went, oh, shit, fuck this. Let's go home now. I said, it's too early. We haven't did nothing. So the guy that ran the show came up in the locker room. He walked in, he says, what's the deal? What happened? I said, I don't know, go ask Frank. You know, he's the ring general, which he was. Mm-hmm. He was a ring general. Of all the guys in this business, everyone, including anybody, Danny Hodge, Ric Flair, any of them, the biggest ring general, the guy that knows exactly how to put it together, the puzzle of a great match, is Frank Goodish.
Really?
Absolutely. He is a ring general. That's the term that wrestlers use. You know, if you say the word ring general, a wrestler will look at you like, hey, you know what you're talking about, you know? Anyways.
Why did he want to cut the night so short? Did he have a particular reason?
I think he just wanted to get the hell out of there. I think he had stuff on his mind. I don't know if he was honest, but I remember driving back, and we ended up running into a buddy of mine, and we ended up going to a pig roast on the way back in the middle of nowhere, and we got so hammered, he called me 4 days later. He goes, brother, I was never so sick. I can never do that again, ever. I was so, hungover. And I was the same, so hungover, and it made you not want to drink ever again. Oh, my God.
And for
but
you to
anyways,
say that, yeah. Any memories, anything that stood out about Percy Pringle when you knew him back then?
Percy?
You know,
what I
love
remember,
the stories.
he was just one of the best guys you ever met. Mm-hmm. He was top shelf. And matter of fact, I called him top shelf.
Did you?
Yeah. I said, Percy, you are top shelf. Matter of fact, I'm going to call you top shelf because you are. And he was just, you don't find a better guy than him. He minds his own business. He's grateful as hell. Mm-hmm. He knows. He somehow knew he might pass away early. And he did. And it was kind of eerie, but I think he knew. You know what I mean? I think he kind of knew. And
he was a very morbid individual to begin with because of his background in mortuary science.
I know.
Yeah.
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 See? You're right. That double insures it.
Yeah, his last few years were interesting because after his wife passed away, him and I would speak, even if not on the phone, text or email
Really?
almost every day.
Real,
Yeah.
that's cool.
He was such a huge help to everything we did, which is why we try and, remember him and carry his legacy on. There's so many of the
That
guys.
is cool.
So many of the guys that pass away, they do a video montage and then they forget about them. I don't want that to
is
be him.
Cool.
I
That
want
is
him to be
cool.
remembered.
Good job. Good
We
job.
do what we can. We do what we can.
I concur, and Percy, I love you.
Did you think it was funny to see him with such a different look? I remember as a kid, just as a fan, being, wait a minute, that's Percy Pringle. And now he's got the dark hair and the dark mustache and the little...
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
little
you're right. Yeah,
boys."
you're right.
Yeah.
I did think he looked a little, but he had such a look anyway.
Yeah.
That you could have painted him pink. That
You weren't going to forget that face.
that face is only a mother could love. And and what a guy. That's the point. What a guy.
All right. Well, you know what? Again, he'll always he's in the opening of every one of our shows we do. So he's always with us in some way, shape, or form, in some spirit, which I think is nice. More early happenings when you were in the WWF. Ultimate Warrior just dropped the WWF World Title to Sergeant Slaughter. Did you think, in your opinion, Warrior had what it took to be the guy for WWF?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
And why is that?
Because he was immature.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted his own locker room. He wouldn't even dress with the guys. He hadn't really paid that many dues. He was in Texas, and Frank Brody chopped him in the locker room when he was sitting in a chair. Just boom. And Frank goes, I wish I was working with you tonight. I would kick your ass.
And what was the issue?
The issue was he wasn't obeying what the promoter wanted.
Okay.
Okay? And that's a true story. So anyways, I'm not hating on Ultimate Warrior. I'm sure he was a great guy. I did not know him personally. I know him a little bit in outside the ring, not much. But the point is he wanted to do everything his way, have his own dressing room. Oh, I don't think that would look good if I did that in the ring. I think I should use this paint. And the office said, why don't you wear white tights? I think I should wear black. Always go in the opposite. You got friends.
Yeah.
We all got friends
that are like
you
that.
say, hey, the sky is blue. Not really. It's kind of gray. Oh, we're going to play that game all day.
Funny Marty story that he told about Warrior. He'd say when the guys would go by to shake his hands when they got to the building, he'd shake it, and then when they'd walk away, he'd go, fuck you. They'd shake it, he'd go, fuck you, shake it, go, fuck you. Marty caught on to it, and he'd sneak back and look at him as he did it. Do you ever remember him doing anything like that?
Yeah. Nobody liked the Warrior.
Did he just have a miserable outlook on everything, or what was the story, John?
He was so self-centered.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that don't fly in life, period. You got it? Listen, self-centeredness. Self-centeredness sucks.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase, the Warrior, the most self-centered people. It's
And look
brutal.
at the trouble Ted and his family are in right now. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
I heard.
dear God.
Yeah, I heard.
Millions of dollars.
Millions. Well, you know what? And here's the thing: is Ted? I've seen a couple of his sermons, and he starts out. I just had to get that out of my system. No, Ted, you're doing it because you want to stay over in wrestling and involve it in the church. Okay? Keep the church separate from wrestling and be humble.
Not like the Sheik humble.
Not like the Sheik humble. That's
All
a
right.
different humble.
All right, wrestling fans, right now we're going to take a brief timeout. Hopefully you'll be humble and join us after this brief timeout.
Thank you.
Tickets are on sale now for Soul Survivor 10, Back to the 80s, our live event and fan fest, Saturday, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Mass. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. The World Wrestling Federation was live at the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York, Friday, January the 6th, 1984. In the opening contest, Invader number 2 beat John Callahan. Rene Goulet victorious over the Tonga Kid. WWF Tag Team Champion Tony Atlas defeated Iron Mike Sharp. Jose Luis Rivera with the win over Samula. S.D. Jones drew Mr. Fuji. The Masked Superstar beat Salvatore Balomo. The Wild Samoans in Samula co-won a $15,000 battle royal, leading to a coin flip where Alpha would lose to Bob Backlund in the main event. If you were in Long Island live, share your memories in the comment section below. Keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com. Wrestling fans, on Royal Rumble Saturday, January the 29th, things are getting a little dirty. That's right. Joining us live in studio for the very first time will be our longtime friend, the legendary Zeb Coulter, a.k.a. Dirty Dutch Mantel. Dutch will be with us all weekend for Wrestling Insider tapings, Patreon watch-alongs, live episodes, and cyber autograph signings. Plus, Dutch will be watching the Royal Rumble with us. For more information and autograph photos, head on over to BostonWrestling.com. Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker John Nord returns to MWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to the BostonWrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker January 22nd. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause. Now, let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday. Again, if you're new to the series, while the Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty season has ended, it's a whole new series starting out on Thursday night with the Berzerker John Nord. We're having a hell of a lot of fun here as we kick off 2022.
Wow.
2022.
I didn't think I'd be alive this year.
Well, hopefully you're going to be with us many, many years beyond this, John. Come on.
Thank you, brother. And double back at you.
Thank you.
Because you are a good man.
Well, I appreciate it. I try.
Serious good
All I
man.
can do is try. I'm not going to be perfect, but
no,
try.
Neither am I, and that's why we're together, because we're two unperfect people.
There you go. The only person perfect here is John C. Manicus Riley.
Absolutely.
Now, let
he's
me ask you
perfect.
this. We mentioned New Year's resolutions. Would one of your resolutions be to maybe try and grow your hair out as long as his?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a
Might be a
long
bit much.
shot.
Yeah.
Because
Literally.
listen, it's sometimes, you know, when I did have it long, I'd walk into a store and I'd walk like Sasquatch, and people would get scared and go, "Here's your change."
You think that happens to him when he goes into the supermarket?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
They'll give you your change, John C.
John C., if you get a chance to go through the box of the pictures that we're going to be using for the toy drive tonight, there's a couple of John in there with hair kind of like yours.
Yeah.
But back to the World Wrestling Federation 1991, a couple of old peers of yours. I don't know if you'd consider them friends, but from back in the AWA, Sergeant Slaughter and General Adnan, the former Sheik Adnan LKC, they were taking the world by storm as the Iraqi sympathizer / friend of Saddam Hussein and the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. There
Very
was
good.
some heat
Very
going
good.
down with Slaughter and Adnan at that point. Do you think maybe that angle where it played into a real-life war, do you think maybe they went a little too far over the top with that?
You mean with Adnan versus Slaughter?
No, when they put the belt on Slaughter and they brought Adnan in as the manager saying they were friends with Hussein.
No, I don't.
You didn't?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't because I believe the Americans can handle it. American public, American fans, these fans, they can handle that.
It got heat, though.
It got
In
good
90
heat, and
91,
that's
it
serious.
got heat.
It
Well,
got good heat.
Look at the reaction they had for tickets for WrestleMania 7. That was originally going to be in a 100,000-seat stadium, and they had to move it to a 16,000-seat arena that didn't even sell out. So
I
don't
did
how
not
good-
know that.
Yeah. They had it
Well-
booked for the LA Memorial Coliseum, and then due to low ticket sales, I know some people are going to say it was a security threat. Okay, if it was such a security threat, how come they sold such few tickets that they didn't have to refund one single person?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like they sold 30,000 tickets and said, "Shit, we're going into a 16,000-seat arena." They went from having that major stadium booked into the tiny arena with plenty of tickets still available. So I don't know how good that heat was.
I see what you're saying, and I'm starting to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that, what you just said. I didn't know that. Now I see things in a different light. You might be right. I would say you are right. The only thing is, it's been years now, so maybe my thinking's a little, slow on that, like everybody else. But Sarge, great guy, Slaughter, great guy, and Adnan, who just did a deal. He's 88 years old. He got
he that
lost.
old?
He's 88. He got lost in the airport. And he got lost everywhere he went. And he sat on the virtual show for Marty. And he couldn't remember nothing.
It's kind of slow moving.
Who am I? Oh, he's terrible.
Slow
He's got
down.
Alzheimer's.
Oh.
Oh, it's a definite Alzheimer's deal. Marty had to go look for him. He got lost. He didn't know where he's at. He says, "Where am I? In Indiana?" Just insane. He had no business leaving his place at 88 years old.
He lives in where, Hawaii?
In Hawaii. And what, 3 years ago his son committed suicide?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's double, triple trouble, and I feel terrible for him. I called him during the show. I said, "This is John Nord," and he remembered me, which it made me feel good.
Good.
And I said, "Remember, you would never pay me trans, for
Oh,
the
he was when you travel
trans.
with him.
Yeah,
I
you're
see.
supposed to pay so much per mile.
Per mile?
Yeah, like 18 cents a mile or something.
And he is
And he never paid. He was the cheapest son of a bitch that ever lived. But I loved him because he didn't drink, he didn't do drugs, and he prayed and he prayed. He was praying to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pray to the right person, it don't matter. But he's got a story. He's got his stories, but they're not my stories. But yeah,
It's too bad about the Alzheimer's. I didn't know that.
yeah, it was terrible. It was just terrible, I guess. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, best to him and his family.
Yes, I agree.
It's kind of a sad ending to
I
life
agree.
for someone that had such a big life, out in the world, coming from that part of the world where he did come from. I think he wrote a book where he said he actually in real life knew Hussein.
Well, of course he did. He told me when he was my manager, he told me that he went to high school with him.
Oh, wow.
And he said all the time he'd be writing and he'd be sitting on the banks of the river and he'd be writing. Yep. And another thing that's probably in this book, he ran a show over there with George Gorianko, guy named, and he made a ton of money, like $750,000. The crowd was incredibly big. He couldn't bring the money home.
Why? Because there was so much?
I think it. I just thought, number one, Hussein was running the country. Mm-hmm. And he was friendly. He goes, Adnan, come on over to the Capitol here. I want to show you something, what we do to traitors.
Wow.
Adnan walked down the stairs, went into this room, and they had a fire hose of water stuck up this guy, and water was coming out his eyes, his everywhere.
Where was the hose? Here or somewhere else?
The hose was up his butt.
He was being humbled by the hose.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, maybe that's what being humble is.
So there was that much, wow, imagine how much water that must have taken.
That's what Adnan told me, and I believe him because Hussein was that crazy.
Yeah.
He was insane crazy, and that's why that's true.
That's something sounds like it came out of a horror movie. My God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's scary stuff.
And I would guess
I would have left the money there too.
I've never read his book, but I'll guarantee you it's in it. I'll guarantee you. I'm not into reading these wrestlers' books, really. I read Lynn Denton's one a little bit. Selfishly, I read just my part. But, yeah, so that's all I read. I read a little bit of Piper's book. That was actually, I thought, one of the better ones. But, yeah.
Are you a big reader?
I go in streaks, don't you?
If I had the time.
Yeah.
Usually I'm at this place for a good 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that eats up a
really?
lot of the... Believe me.
Yeah, I go in streaks. I'm either reading. I read corny old books that nobody else would read.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like Man in the Gray Flannel Suit. That was a movie with Gregory Peck, and The Tale of Two Cities. These classics. Gone with the Wind. I'm a real geek on, and I love old movies. I can rattle off the old movies.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud of that. But I got to be careful I don't make that an idol because I'm trying to live my best Christian life I can.
There you go. And you know what? You can only learn from the mistakes that you've made, right?
That's right.
That's all you can do. That's the way I look at it.
Hey, don't drink and drive. I'm the classic. I'm the classic.
I'm literally boom. And you'd think, if you'd hear of a story with the sheik involved in a drinking and driving accident, he was the victim instead of the person behind it. Did you ever think that would pop into your brain?
Right. No.
Welcome to my reality.
No kidding.
You'd think he would have been the one driving the car.
Right.
Nothing against all cars.
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no, that's very, very, very
Maybe if
true.
we're having a nice meal later, I'll share some of the anecdotes from that crazy day. But Sergeant Slaughter, was he someone that you got to know well at all from AWA? Or?
Sarge was a good guy. We got along great.
Now, here's one I've never heard of, and we like to get personal on these shows, but Marty had made the claim that Sarge kind of climbed the ranks in the world of wrestling due to beyond his ability to be a great drill sergeant as Sergeant Slaughter, but due to a little fellatio. Did you ever hear anything like that about Sarge?
Fellatio.
Little fellatio.
What does that mean?
Oral sex.
No.
It came from Marty, not I.
Well, one thing that, okay, here's the one thing that did freak me out a little bit about Sarge.
All right.
Was Sarge was really quiet, and he never went out with the guys. He never invited anybody up to his cabin. He lived down in Prior Lake. You know, he lived down where Jimmy Raschke from Nebraska lived, down by Prior Lake, Minnesota, which is south of the city, 40 miles, 50 miles or something. And he never invited. He was very, very private. And anytime that is part of your personality, that you're that private, it either means you're just private and don't mean nothing, or it means
There could be a little activity going on.
Could be a little weird.
Activity.
Could be, yes.
All right, well. All right, we got the cue from a man that always has a lot of activity going on, Mr. John C. Manicus Riley. Right now, we're going to take a brief time out, take a pit stop on the road as we continue more Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursdays with John Nord. Stand by. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, the momentum here in Boston wrestling continues as we continue to build and build and build. The fans want to know, how do we help? We subscribe to the Patreon, but we see all the great merchandise on that set. Coronavirus may have killed the nightlife, especially for someone like Marty, but our acclaimed eBay store is open 24/7 around the world.
Wow. Check it out.
Support Wrestling Insiders in-studio shoot interviews on eBay with this brand new personally autographed WWE Royal Rumble 2021 11x14 poster signed by WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, his advocate Paul Heyman, and Kevin Owens. Reigns and Owens battled for the Universal title in a last standing match January 31st in the Thunderdome in Tampa. This limited edition collector's poster is number 31 of only 50 produced. Comes with WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself. Also comes with an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus autographed 8x10 photo. Get this rare, awesome collectible for your man cave and help keep wrestling legends working now. Wrestling fans, get ready for a weekend of the unpredictable as the Berzerker John Nord returns to MWF Studios in Melrose the weekend of Saturday, January the 22nd. Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, watch-alongs, cyber autograph signings, and more. Boston Wrestling Patreon fans can meet the Berzerker for free. For more information and mail order info, head on over to thebostonwrestling.com super site now. Don't miss the Berzerker January 22nd. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursdays. Dan Marotti along with the Berserker John Nord. I believe we're on episode 4 already. It's unbelievable. The time is flying.
Unbelievable.
When we're having fun, and if you think we're having fun now,
This is great.
he's going to be with us again live
Hey,
in
can I
January.
tell you though, honest to God, it's the fans that I get a kick out because they come up to me and they say, you know, hey, when you were on this show, you'd said this and that. That was great. It really makes me feel good. So thank you guys. And I really mean that. That's not bullshit.
Well, keep the compliments coming, folks. If you're with us during the premiere, use the premiere chat or leave your thoughts in the description box below. As always, the super chat is welcome to try and keep the great wrestling legends working. I'd love to do talk shows like this 7 nights a week. I'd like to do them twice a night, 7 nights a week. There's so many guys out there, so many greats that could use a helping hand that aren't getting the 6 figures from WWE anymore. Why not? All we can do is try, right?
Don't make us out to be broke bums.
No, you
like Marty Jannetty said.
Make us all look like
Don't do that.
We're doing destitute, man. We got Marty and Johnny Ace going at it right now.
Johnny Ace, hey Johnny.
I don't think Johnny's going to be hurting
Johnny,
for cash.
you think you're the Godfather or what?
Johnny Corleone. Again, just as you were entering the World Wrestling Federation in January 1991, 2 tenured veterans got their walking papers. Black Bart and Saba Simba, better known as the man that used you as a human napkin in North Carolina, Tony Atlas.
Black Bart.
Yeah, he
good worker, but one of the most unathletic guys I've ever met in my life.
He didn't really have the look other than the cowboy thing.
Yeah. His hips and his ass looked like 2 big cans of pork beans or some shit. I don't know. And then who else?
Saba Simba.
Saba Simba? Who's he?
Tony Atlas.
Oh,
remember,
him? Was he Saba
He was
Simba?
dressed as an African warrior.
Was he?
I guess, well, you were just kind of coming in as that was ending.
What did I do? What do you mean wipe my ass? Oh, the muffler?
Poor Saba Simba. I mean, Tony never had a fighting shot with that one, no matter how much food he spat on us over the years.
Tony.
Give us the money back.
Tony, just would tell your story walking, okay?
And not eating, preferably.
I don't need, your food flies out of your mouth. Stop the shit. And the $800, give it to me, I'll give it to him.
Oh, my. Well, we'll give you a finder's fee for that.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. No, you're right. I mean, most people, for that much to come out of their body in some orifice, they usually use a restroom. With Tony, it's chicken wing debris or whatever.
He don't gotta shit. He shits out of his mouth.
Oh, did you get a chance to see Tony at all during that brief spell in WWF or no?
Tony, no.
Yeah, he was canned pretty much right after that first TV taping that you had worked.
Well, here's Tony. Tony's ego is just huge. And he's in his own little world in his head thinking how great he is, and he don't think about anybody else. And that's true.
Well, I understand what you're saying.
He loves his wife. I'll guarantee you that. And he loves his family. I ain't saying he's got a lot of love in him. I get that. But it's just so twisted.
Have you ever seen the feet videos?
What, he's sucking on some toes now or
Being
what?
beaten by women's feet and shoes. Licking the shoes.
That sounds like an addiction.
You know what, maybe if we have time, I'll call it up on the screen over the next couple of days, because he actually wanted us to, not to stray too far from WWF 1991, but Tony wanted people to understand how he has this addiction, yeah.
Tony, get some help.
It's not a sexual thing. He's not pleasing.
They're not? Really?
He's not pleasing himself as it goes on, but he literally likes to have women kick the shit out of him, but the shoe, it has to be a certain kind of tennis sneaker, a certain thickness. It's bizarre.
That
and then
is nothing less than bizarre.
He likes to lick the shoe.
That is a sex addiction. I don't give a shit. We ain't talking about putting it in.
But if he's not doing anything with himself, how can you call it a sexual thing?
Yeah. It's anytime you're abusing your body like that, I would say it's so wrong that it falls in sex. Okay, you don't actually have to throw nothing in holes or suck nothing. But if you're doing that weird as shit, what are you gonna call it? writing a novel?
But
Come on!
He doesn't even touch the foot. The foot has to have the shoe on it.
Oh, you're weird. Stop it!
Well, anyone, do you think it was just maybe that Tony and Blackbot were past their primes and WWF didn't need to utilize their services anymore, or?
I think that, yeah.
Because Blackbot was done.
Yeah, Black Bart looked like Mel Brooks, except he weighed 400 pounds. And then Tony, when you have food flying out of your mouth in the ring and guys are ducking and you're hitting the first 3 rolls, it's time to go.
All right, another one of our friends here in studio. It almost sounds like we're piling it on, but in all seriousness, Marty Jannetty was dealing with some tough times right when you broke in. Prior to the TV taping, I think prior to you debuting, the enhancement talent Chuck Austin broke his neck taking the rocket dropper the wrong way, which cost Marty an awful lot of income along with WWF when that lawsuit was settled, I think in 1994. Did it seem
why not Sean?
Because Marty did the move. It was Marty's move.
You mean Sean had nothing to do with it? He wasn't touching him even?
I don't even think he was in the ring.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the move I'm talking about, the rocket dropper, where he would...
What he does? What does he do?
lift up the leg and the guy's head would be down like this, and then you... Boom.
Oh, yeah.
The guy took it almost like, I guess, a DD. The footage never surfaced.
Yeah.
He wound up getting $26 million initially, but it wound up being for much less.
Was there did he have an insurance? Marty obviously didn't make $26 million.
No. Well, WWF had to pay for the majority of it, but Marty said it still cost him $500,000. And that's a lot of money in 91.
Right. That sounds about right, but here's the thing. How can it cost Marty $500,000 if it's Vince's show, I'm doing what Vince McMahon tells me to do, and the WWF owns it all? So my opinion is you got to be careful with these guys. They might be lying. Marty might be lying. It might not have cost...
That part, I don't know.
It might not have cost Marty $1.
That part you might be right about, but I know that this man got a substantial amount of money.
He got a huge amount.
Because within 3 or 4 months in 94, you had the Jesse case we spoke of, the Chuck Austin case with Marty, and then Vince's steroid trial, all within a couple of months in 94. So,
and I wanted to get a neck brace like Vince wore. I wanted to get the whole locker room wearing it.
He had to pick good timing to get that surgery.
Can you imagine wearing that damn thing around his neck at a trial? Talk about burying yourself. Vince, okay? I love you like a brother, but you shouldn't have wore that neck thing. But you got enough power behind your lawyer, so you're okay.
But how was Marty doing at that time? Do you remember him being typical Marty, or was he in the dumps a little bit, where he kind of...
Nah, he was a good guy. Marty was a really good guy.
The party didn't stop, even though Chuck Austin's party did.
Yeah, but Marty had more fun in the AWA.
Really?
Yeah.
The WWF calmed him down?
Yeah, I think so. I know in the AWA, he was... I mean, these girls, these good-looking girls, Marty would be just, every one of them just with the bedroom door open for everybody to see, just pounding away, and seriously good-looking. And I'm like, God, how does he do that? Well, I was married and had a beautiful wife, so I wasn't into it anyways, you know? 25 years, I never cheated on my wife.
They were never berserker rats.
Yeah, I know. Barbarian, man.
Well,
But anyway, but here's a FYI. I pushed the wrong button, and it came up Yukon John and Flapjack Norton, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
He just drank 278 pancakes. God, Norton's mad every time I call him Flapjack. I go, hey, Flapjack, don't say that, you son of a bitch. But anyways, where I was going with it was, I pushed the next thing, And you got to remember, that was taped in 1990 or 91, right? 1990. And you know what's on the next thing? Full picture of a Hasbro doll, Hasbro action figure, front and back, of Yukon John.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
My brother took pictures of it. I don't know how to get it. And I got the jeans and the boots and the mustache like I got now and curly hair. And it was Yukon John. And obviously they didn't make a damn one because they didn't think it was too good. But I'll tell you what, I sure wanted one when I seen it. That was just a month ago.
Really? Oh, recently?
Yeah, it was just a month ago. I went, God, I'd like to kind of have one of them because it's just so rare, you know? And anyways, it was, bottom line was I was just shocked. Anyways, where were we at?
Well, we were talking about Marty pounding in the AWA, but as we venture...
Pounding, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean by pounding.
Yeah, pounding. You're going to break my back, Marty. Slow down.
In February, once the next set of TV tapings hit, they continued to try to evolve what you were doing. And instead of coming out alone as the Viking, you appeared with the devious one, Hall of Famer, Mr. Fuji. Memories of starting to work with the devious one.
Mr. Fuji. Yes. Here's what Fuji. I'll imitate him. He goes, you know, a kid at school are teasing Kevin Lane, and his son's name is Lane, you know, because
Lane Fujiwara?
Yeah. No, he kept the wife kept their names. They were twins.
Oh, okay.
Kelly and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he goes, the kids are teasing me, teasing him at school, you know? And so I teach him sidekick, you know, fuck him up. And I laughed so hard when he said that. So everybody I went to around the locker room for almost the whole year, I went, sidekick, right? Fuck him up? Yeah. You know, so it was just hilarious. It was really funny. So
any infamous Fuji ribs that you witnessed? He was known for his practical jokes.
Here's one thing that was a reverse rib.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fuji, and Darso will confirm this. He kept telling us about his swimming pool. He lives in Jefferson City, Tennessee. He kept telling me, yeah, I got a pool, and people come over. A lady next door, nice body. She said, I gotta, keep my pool nice. So one day I went over to Fuji's house. I go, well, where's the pool? And you know what he said? He goes, I filled it in. There was no lines or nothing.
He never even had a pool.
He never had a pool. We laughed. Bill Eady, Darso, and me laughed so hard. There was no lines. There was no nothing. And it was just like, Fuji, you don't got to say stuff like that to us.
Try and impress you.
Try and impress the boys? Are you kidding me? And then he'd always say, Kevin Lane, I want him to play for USC. Well, first of all, he's got to get past 5'6". Right?
That would be a good start. Yeah.
It'd be a good start.
Yeah.
So that was a reverse. But Fuji was always putting pills in people's beers. If you seen a beer and it started foaming, now this is serious stuff because of the Bill Cosby deal. He started boom, 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 and people would. These are people that pissed them off though, and his ribs were vicious, but they were mostly putting calcium in beer. And let me tell you, I was part of a few of them, so I'm not proud of it. And I'm not pointing fingers, and I'm not holding grudges, and I'm not, Fuji, God bless his soul. But yeah.
You were the victim, or you helped him with the rib?
Well, I never did it with him.
You did it with others.
I did it with one other one time,
One time. All right. Well,
Mr. Kurt Hennig.
to a fellow wrestler or a
To a
random
fellow wrestler.
stranger? Who was the victim?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a girl wrestler.
Oh, really? Sherry?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you, well, I can imagine how she reacted.
Wow.
There probably wasn't much of a reaction.
Well, it was a reaction.
What happened?
She got naked. She started walking around the halls. Sherry. I love Sherry too. That's why it hurts.
Well, that was a tough one. You know, me
and Kurt both regretted. We went, God, what the F is wrong with us? You know? But we're
I think
young.
a lot of people say that at some point when they're in wrestling.
I think,
what is
well,
wrong with us?
Yeah,
Where
you're
it's,
right.
where it's almost normal, you know?
You're right. That's the sickness of wrestling.
Where some
is
people-
you get to a part where you think it's normal.
In a 9-to-5 job, oh, you know what? I might take an extra 3 minutes on my lunch
Yeah.
break. In wrestling, this is our normal.
This is, yeah.
Not that I've ever done that, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, God, no.
I've never drugged anyone, but
Well, no, of course not. No, not many people have, but the point of it is,
Not many.
but point of it is it makes you feel really,
odd.
bad. It makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
And if Sherry's gone, Kurt's gone, I'm still here. So by the grace of God, here I am.
You're still surviving, brother.
Yep. And I want to be honest. I don't want to lie.
Well, and you just proved it right there. That wasn't, I'm sure, the most comfortable stories to have shared, but you did. And you know what? I think the fans will respect you for it.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. If you do, thank you.
He's only being honest, guys, from stories that happened decades ago. Again, we implore you to stay with us because we're going to be back after this brief timeout to wrap up the show.
I didn't put nobody in the river, though.
Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marotti.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It was all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. At Night of Champions 2020, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns successfully defended the WWE Universal Championship against his cousin, Jey Uso, in a must-see battle. Here is your chance to own a piece of Roman Reigns moments before battle on this beautiful limited edition autographed 11x14 poster direct from friends at WWE. It's number 19 of only 50 made. Includes WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself. Suitable for framing and matting. You'll also receive a bonus Legends autographed 8x10 photo in an on-air shout-out on Wrestling Insiders as our thanks for helping keep Wrestling Legends working. Get this ultra-rare Roman Reigns autograph poster now. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. best. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th. All right, wrestling fans, another tremendous installment of Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursday. Dan Marotti, John Nord. Again, folks, if you had fun tonight, even if you hated the show, leave your thoughts in the premiere chat if you're watching live on Thursday nights, or in the description box below. We can read your comments in a later time. The super chats always help. It takes a lot to keep these lights on. Like we've noted, we want to bring back Marty Jannetty to the studio. I know there's many of you that miss him on a weekly basis, but these Throwback Thursdays with John Nord are turning into something. And again, not only are we taping episodes during this visit, but John's going to be back later in the month of January as WWE gears up for the Royal Rumble. We are gearing up for the Rumble, known as John Nord. Running out of time again for the wild, unpredictable barbarian known as Nord. I'm still Dan Marotti. They haven't come up with a better name for me. We'll see you next Thursday night. You and yours, be well. Good night from Boston.
Be well.
Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.